Hi everyone, welcome to Roosters TV for 2023. I'm here with our new president, Kris Mooney. Hi Kris, how's things?
G'day Craig, thank you. Thanks for inviting me down.
No worries. Tell us a little bit about your journey as a Rooster supporter.
Oh, fantastic. Just before I go into that though, thanks for inviting me down as a new president of the footy club. I just want to take this opportunity again before we kick off and say a huge thank you to our outgoing president, Andrew Suter, who's been absolutely fantastic in the role and contributed in such a big way over the last 3 years. And we're lucky enough to keep him on the board, and he's going to be a great asset for us going forward. So excellent. Back to your first question, how did I become a Rooster supporter? I didn't really have a lot of choice, Craig. Like so many of our great supporters, I was born into a Roosters family. From about 1 or 2, sat out there over in the outer with my grandparents and aunties and uncles, and that's followed right through to today, where I still come to the footy every week with my 2 uncles. They're a little bit older and a little bit grumpier now, but they're still red hot Rooster supporters. And most importantly now, I'm here every week with my own kids who are red hot Rooster supporters as well.
I think we should say your uncles' names. They are famous North Adelaide people.
Well, they wouldn't say, but Ray and Don Titus, and very passionate Rooster supporters.
They're great. Look, I remember Ray, especially his days as a photographer, and he still does a little bit of that, I think, in his spare time.
Enjoys it.
So you've been watching footy at North Adelaide for a while now. Tell us some of the things that were exciting in your time as a sort of a young fella coming through. And
absolutely.
Nowadays.
Well, you look out on Prospect Oval and you just look at history, don't you? The players that have come before us. This club is full of legends right around the place. But I guess 3 things that really resonate with me about this ground. It goes back to, first of all, I don't think any of us should ever forget that famous march we had starting down at Sefton Park. The club was in some really challenging times, and might not have been here today if it wasn't for a group of really special people right across the club that worked extremely hard. They know who they are. They'll never be forgotten. The people that organised that march, it's the reason that we're still here today, and we should never ever forget that. And that's a memory that really sticks fondly with me. Another one, but pretty unique but peculiar to me, down in the pocket down here in the southern pocket, I remember a game against Westies. Maxi Thring basically kicking a goal from the grandstand down here that almost ripped the roof off of the grandstand and kicked us a goal to get us up in a game that we probably shouldn't have won. But that was magic. This ground was absolutely pumping, and how can you go past 2018? Being back here, the players are on this very spot. So many emotions that night, and just seeing the Rooster faithful celebrating with the players, the support team, the board, everyone, you just can't go past it.
Yeah, look, that just reminds us all why we play the game or get involved in some form. Tell us about what you do during the week. Like, all our directors are volunteers, and you're one of them, but what keeps you busy during the day?
Absolutely. As you mentioned, all our directors are volunteers, and we've got a fantastic makeup of our board of some really passionate people with some fantastic skill sets, all driving forward for the Roosters. But my day job, I'm the state manager for Big W, so I look after New South Wales, South Australia and the ACT, and all the stores across those states and the team members across there. So it keeps me busy, a little bit of travel, but never any travel on match day, Craig.
No, one thing Kris is, he gets those dates organised very early. We've got some big games coming up, and our women kick off this Friday night at Norwood Oval. Yep. Tell us a little bit about the women's program that you've observed. You're a regular at trainings to the men's and women's program, but yep. What are you looking forward to in their premiership defence this year?
Geez, we're pretty lucky, aren't we? We've got a pretty good side that we're going to look back on and go, a pretty successful period, our women, and how they've represented our club. I think Chrissy has the girls firing and ready to go in another season. We've lost some players, we've brought in some new players, but speaking to Chrissy and the leadership group, Harves, Bree, Jess, pretty exciting. They're ready to go. I'm really looking forward to getting down there on Friday night, and I'd encourage as many members and supporters as possible. Our women's team, they're the real deal. Get on down there Friday night, get your red and white on. I'll be down there with my kids. I know you'll be down there. Can't wait to see them run around.
Yeah, look, it's going to be great. I think the weather's going to be kind to us this Friday night, so a nice evening at the parade. And then we get on to the men's program. Lots of trial matches kicking off early March, and then we're here on the 1st of April to play West Adelaide. What are you thinking with the men's program? A few new players have come in?
Yeah, a few new players have come in, and Serge and Daryl have added to the mix, which is fantastic. and we're in for another exciting season. We'll go through the season, and I know we're having a look at training out here now. Serge and the boys are going to have them as ready as they possibly can be, and that's all we can ask, just be ready to go. But how exciting for round one here, every grade being played at Prospect Oval. What a day it's going to be.
Yeah, 4 games of footy starting at 10 o'clock with our development women's team. Then the league team come on at 12 o'clock, the women's team onto the men, and then our reserves will finish off the day around 5 o'clock. So a big day of footy on 1st of April.
And a flag unfurling too.
And a flag unfurling for the women, so we'll recognise Chrissy and her team. One thing I did hear this week that our team was is the fittest team from all the Sandford women's testing, so that was a great result and a credit to the program. Also, we're standing here on the deck of the new redevelopment. What can the members and supporters look forward to this year, both match day and non-match days?
Yeah, well, really passionate project of Andrews and the boards, and we're standing in this beautiful facility right now. Pretty exciting to get it away this year. I think it's really important to notice members, supporters, in some way, shape or form, this entire facility is going to be opened up end to end to the entire club. So whether you're having a lunch here, whether you just want to have a beer down on the decking, whether you just want to mingle with, Roosters supporters, everyone's going to have access to this facility. Keep an eye out on the socials, keep an eye out on the website. Our brilliant admin team will keep you all up to date on how that's going to work, but just stay tuned. This is a facility for everyone.
Yeah, look, it sure is, Chris, and like Chris said, we've already started serving coffees in the morning. If you want an early coffee before you get to work, we're open from 7 a.m. and soon we'll start trading on training nights, so looking forward to that. Anything else you'd like to add, Chris, before we leave us?
The only thing I just want to say is a huge thank you again to all our sponsors and supporters for getting on board the Roosters. Your continued support is immeasurable, so thank you very much again to our new sponsors coming on board. Welcome to the Roosters. Look forward to meeting you. Memberships really drive the club, and if you're in a position that you're able to support us with memberships, get on the phone, get on the email to Alira. She does a fantastic job as well, and we'd really appreciate that. But any way you can, everyone has different circumstances, but any way you can in your individual way to support our teams, the guys and the girls, and support this magnificent club, we really do appreciate it and means everything to the club.
Excellent. Thanks, Chris, and thank you to our members and supporters, and we look forward to seeing you in 2023.